A step away there from Milford. Stuart Kelly wrapped up by the defence. Within 5 metres of the line now. Dimmick look for the pass. It's a long one for Lawler. Lawler with an overlap on his outside, retains possession, comes back infield and cops a right arm from Brasher. Much more. Then for Dimmick. Dimmick again kicking for the corner. It's on here for Mahon and he scores! Dimmick has set it up again. The lone hand is a hot one. And Parramatta are now back within 8 points.
Yeah, great thinking here from Jim Dimmick, and you'll see why on the replay. If Freeze played there, that is Tim Brasher. He was at marker. You see the Tigers players all come up quickly, nobody in behind, and Jim Dimmick sees that, great vision, slides it in, no fullback at home because he was in the marker position, and Scott Martin leading the way. A little bit of doubt as to whether he was onside. The referee was in good line with it.
Well, Dennis become the Peter Sterling of the 90s for Parramatta. He's just doing everything like Snorky used to do for the Eels during the 80s. And he's a great player, Jim Dimmick.
You know the problem, I know that I go on about it a fair bit, the interchange, Paul. If I was the coach, I would almost be tempted to bring Jim Dimmick off when your team is defending and just running back on when you've got the football. And that's NFL, that's American football.
Maybe that's where the game will head if they continue to leave this interchange rule the way it is. I think there should be an interchange, but let's limit it to 6 or 8.
Exactly.
I've got no dramas with that at all.
In parlance, Jim Dimmick is the quarterback for Parramatta. He's the one that sets up the plays. He's got a fair assist in Jason Smith on the side as well. And Lawler is 5 metres in from touch. This is such a vital kick. Lawler, it's on his good side. It's headed for the post and wide. Chris Lawler unsuccessful. The Tigers, they lead by 8. There's 12 to go.
One of the most secure banks in the world, and the only person who can crack it.
Are you who I think you are?
Is Mum. She made a withdrawal.
Be Karen McCoy.
Somebody's got to leave us in.
Now it's time to deposit.
You visited our bank before. Just
Parramatta with Mahon. They had a nail-biting finish last week against Ronaldo. And it's just outside their own 20. In fact, the last month has been all tension for Parramatta. A lot of tight matches. A draw against the Roosters in Monday Night Football some weeks ago. Now with Dimmick coming back in field, that one. Not able to offload it. Slips out there for McKenzie. Steve Roach on the sideline. The story on the injuries, both Dean Pay and Jared McCracken.
Yes, suspected broken wrist for Dean Pay, and Jared McCracken has concussion. I don't think he'll be back.
Now Parramatta, it's been knocked out of the hands there, was it, of much more. Play on is the call for Brasher.
Yeah, timely tackle over the top there. I think it might have been Darren Sander. He was just shaping to pass Robert much more. Crunched over the top. Takes the wind out of the sails, and now Wayne Pearce will just be calling on his troops to settle things down. No drop ball, work through your set of 6, and at the end get a good kick away. Whatever is needed in the kicking department, get a good one away.
Yeah, Staines with that hit up. Darren Sander. Michael Gillette. Now it's Hanley. Hanley almost around the outside of Dimmick. He makes the tackle. It comes with Gillette. It's on the last tackle for the Tigers. Here is a high ball for Mahon. Now are the chasers onside? Mahon, no, takes it. No dramas there. And Parramatta back in possession. Gee, they're two good fullbacks we're watching, Mahon and Brasher. Brasher's one of the best in the game, but Mahon is as game as they come.
A little bit like we were talking last night with Laurie Dale. You know that he's going to be an 8 out of 10 every week. For the Tigers and for the Eels, you know that the number ones are going to have good games. They'll just have better ones than others, but they'll always play good matches.
Oh, almost an intercept there. It'll be a knock-on against Tony Brand, the big front rower. Parramatta had some numbers on the right-hand side there. Here, when Russell threw the pass. Former Tiger. As the club he first joined in 1988. That could be the one into the demise. Now some punches thrown out of this scrum. Matthew Spence has got involved in the middle. Well, I'm not sure who started it. There's plenty of rights now being thrown. Centre and Campbell toe-to-toe.
Yeah, I think the two number 9s might have instigated things here, and I've got a feeling it might go against Troy Campbell.
Easy block. Don't run in.
They look like they need a hand there, bud.
If you're out there, make sure you don't pat anyone.
Well, right in front of the big man, Steve Roach. Steve, who do you reckon started this one?
Oh, Campbell for sure. There isn't any doubt about that.
Ball going, it was a very scrappy affair from the word go. And there you see Darren Centre stands up. Troy Campbell grabs hold of him. Centre goes in low. And there's the first one.
Gary Freeman, the pacifist, just out of shot there. He was looking to get involved, trying to break things up. Has he connected with any? No. No time off here either with the caution. And the penalty's going to be against Parramatta. So it's 35 metres out from the line. The motion from McLean is for kicking.
And if there is a blight on the game of Troy Campbell, it is that. He is hot-headed in situations where you need to be exactly the opposite.
And just while that touch finder was being taken, the experienced players were there, rallying the troops. Brasher and Hanley were shouting the instructions.
So that's like giving away a penalty when you're in possession, because it was the Parramatta scrum feed.
Adam Starr here for centre. Centre tackled by Munchmore. The Tigers working for the left side here now. Hanley, a dummy almost forward there from Hanley, still able to offload back with Pearson. 20 metres out from the Parramatta line. That's where he's upended. Starr looking for a hit up now. It's a slow play the ball. Centre, they've got variation around the ruck. Brasher just stumbling there as he got to Munchmore. Moving closer to the Parramatta line. Centre away for Gillette. Gillette fires that pass wide. The Tigers looking for ground. It was a good tackle from Mahon.
Bomb or the in-goal area needs to be the kick here from Gillette. He goes for the former. Pretty good one.
It's coming down short of the dead ball area. It's knocked forward there by Demick. Play on for the Tigers. Kennedy. Quick hands as a try coming. Patterson is going to win it for the Tigers. It's all over for Parramatta. That could be goodbye to 1996.
It is all over for the Eels in this game, and all over, you would imagine, for the 96 season. The Tigers, they deserve this victory. Michael Gillette puts the kick up. Plenty of players there. You see Jim Dimmy come flying through to try and get the bouncing ball. There he is to the right of the ruck of players. And it was swooped upon. Good hands here. Lovely pass, that one. I think it was Corey Pearson who threw it. And eventually Tim Patterson crosses.
So the Tigers will move to 22 points, and this is amazing. They've got to play the Roosters next week. Parramatta, I don't think, can make it now. And this try by Tim Patterson, it gives them some hope. They could beat the Roosters. They're missing a few players at the moment, the Roosters.
And that, of course, comes back to the indiscretion from Troy Campbell, when really they should have had the football from the scrum feed and win, and maybe been at the other end of the field. And little things like that change the course of matches.
What this victory does, in actual fact, it still gives Auckland and Newcastle a lot of hope to make the top 8. And, of course, the West, who are in the top 8, who finish with Illawarra next Saturday.
What a game for them tomorrow against Manly as well, if they can come up with an upset. Of course, Manly rolled by Penrith last start, so Western Suburbs will again get a little bit of confidence out of that result.
There's a few points to be taken out of that try. Look at the despondency on Gary Freeman's face. Troy Campbell still frustrated, still simmering. But you look at the respective checkbooks of these two clubs. I don't want to bring money into it, but why not? When you look at the off-season spending sprees of these two clubs. Here is Brasher from the sideline. Coming around is a Tim Brasher, just to the side of the posts. But the Tigers are home in this one, 26-14. There's 5 to go. And after that try, you fair dinkum reckon they were giving away $20 notes outside. The people were in the big rush to get outside the ground. And it was on the moment the ball was picked up.
And one of the real impressive things about this Tigers performance has been the way that their forwards have shared it around. They very unselfishly worked hard, provided a great platform for the rest of the players, especially for the fullback Brasher, who's just been a a shining light now for the Tigers for a number of years, and it would be a shame if he went to any other club, because he is Balmain through and through.
Plenty of other players subject of offers. Star has tackled inside the 30. One of those players that has wanted a chance. He's got it in first grade and has probably had his best game today, as Morrison has tackled 15 short of halfway. Centre with Brasher up in the line, then throws the pass for Pearson, and offload. It's been knocked down by the Tigers. They do force the knock on, though.
Look, they've made the mistake, but it's good positive football from the Tigers. They've shown all match they're willing to throw the football around. And Tim Brasher down with the cramp. Some good short passing here. This one from Pearson. He's a good player, Pearson.
Not a good sign. I think it's Brasher who's limping now for the Tigers, and he's packed down at lock in this scrum, favouring his right ankle. And Parramatta with Freeman.
And the Brasher going to lock forward. Glenn Morrison back at fullback now. A young player from the Central Coast showing some versatility.
And Brasher, in fact, favouring that right leg, has shifted out to the left wing. It's Rod Mahon through the centre here. 35 metres out. And McKenzie. 35 metres out from the line. Campbell with Freeman. He's kicking. Well, what is that kick? It's gone down to the fullback, Morrison. Dimmick was the lone chaser. And Morrison from the back comes out to the 20, does a good job. And then gets a penalty, Glenn Morrison. So Parramatta, all four wheels of the cart now. A lane strewn across the road. There's less than 2 minutes remaining. And there's nothing they can do to get back in this one. Here's Morrison again. Got all the swerve of Tim Brasher, not quite the speed.
One thing for certain, the Tigers up against the Roosters next weekend. The Tigers will throw everything at Sydney City. They will come at them with all guns blazing. And if they can defend as well as they did in this game, and pretty much for the majority of the match, it will really put pressure on one of the top guns in this year's competition.
The Tigers, Pearson. Every time he touches the ball, he creates danger. Brasher's made a miraculous recovery, 40 metres out from the Parramatta line. Not such a good recovery. Slow to play the ball. Just foxing, I think. Pearson again. Developed into one of the better ball players in the competition. Ellery Hanley for Morrison. 30 metres out from the Parramatta line. Last tackle here for the Tigers. O'Neill working to the blind side with Gillette. He kicks back to the centre of the park. Here comes Mahon again. He hasn't spilt one, and he's not about to do it in the last minute either. Rod Mahon again, spot on.
Well, the pressure's been a 9 out of 10 this afternoon, which I think he has been. Mahon's been an 8.
Countdown from the fans, and the Tigers have won this one. Some happy scenes from the bench. They remain in contention, and Parramatta lead some sort of miracle if they're to make the top 8 from here. The Tigers in rousing for 5 tries to 3, winning by 26 to 14. It really is an intriguing puzzle in the run home to the finals. We'll take a break right now. Come back. Steve Roach with the Optus man of the match. We're just sitting in for Horton to wrap things up from Parramatta Stadium.